20 years those boxes have been in the possession of the Indian government. Just why is it that we know nothing about the boxes and also the documents that those boxes contain? But here's the plea that Republic TV has made for the last 48 hours and more. Tell us what the government of the day knew about the Bofors scandal. Tell us just what role the Prime Minister of the day played, because revelations with us, documents with us show that there is more than meets the eye. Remember, the chief investigating officer on the Swedish side, Sten Lindström, has himself spoken to Republic TV for the first time in many years and took Rajiv Gandhi's name. He said that Rajiv Gandhi and the then Swedish Prime Minister met on a flight and discussed payments on the Swedish side up to 50 million Swedish kroners. And that's exactly the figure that we have shown in the documents today Kotroki's company received by virtue of a 3% commission in the deal. Is this really how deals are done? And if this is what the Congress's stand is going to be, that there is no problem, that there was no corruption and no culpability, then they need to come out and defend these papers. Tell us just that these papers are wrong or face the consequences. Listen in to massive reactions pouring in ever since Republic TV first started this expose. You can join in the conversation with the hashtag Bofors Gandhi Clean Chit. Listening to these reactions will get you much, much more.
Was quid pro quo talk before the Bofors scandal and the meeting of 1986 actually happened?
Now, you see, you say there is evidence. Obviously, you know much more than anybody else knows. Evidence is what material will come out on record and proved. Then it becomes evidence. So there is no evidence as yet.
He was the chief investigating officer, Sten Lindström, in a first TV interview ever, gives to Arnab Goswami, our editor-in-chief, and he clearly mentions Rajiv Gandhi's name. He was in a flight with Olof Palme. Martin Ardbo was sitting there. He's heard the entire conversation about quid pro quo. It can't get bigger than this.
You know, I don't think you should be bringing a dead man into it at this time. He can't stand, he can't answer. Neither can Rajiv Gandhi answer anything. And nor can I. I have no idea what you're saying. But as I said, my judgment was based on the material which was available. I could be wrong, I could be right, but that is for somebody else to judge. I cannot tell you whether I was
there criticism of your judgment in 2005 when it came out?
Must have been. All my judgments have been criticized.
But in the Bofors case, sir, in this particular judgment?
Oh yes, must have been. Criticism is welcomed. There's always criticism of a judgment of this magnitude. And, ultimately one sees whether...
Do you think, as the judge in the case, sir, you could have scrapped under the surface, spoken to the person who was heading the National Investigation Department of Sweden, that is Sten Lindström? He spoke to us today. He said no one in the judicial system, no one had actually contacted me earlier.
I don't think it's the function of the judge to investigate. It was the investigating officers, it was the CBI. They must have spoken, and they must have thought that this man is a bubble in himself. He's only seeking publicity, and therefore again and again and again he wants himself in the limelight. This is what the CBI may have thought.